Hey everyone, welcome back to Lunch at the Market. Our note of caution yesterday seemed to be very well timed. Today's action is just about terrible in almost every name. The indexes are flirting with being around down 1%, and the global growth story seems to be either slowing or over. At least that's what we're getting from Alcoa's reports that came out yesterday, in which revenue was a little lighter than some analysts and investors had expected. That stock is nearly down 7% on that news today. It is interesting to note that Akamai, Apple, Netflix, Lululemon, NTAP, and Chipotle Mexican Grill, they are all fighting this vicious sell-off and are all actually higher on today's tape. The market is becoming extremely stock-specific. Companies that can prove that they're still relevant to the consumer in the future, like the ones that we just named, are going higher, while those that have fallen out of favor, like Cirrus Logic, Micron, Alcoa, are all going lower. When it comes to looking for places for an entry point into names that we like, the energy space is one that we like extremely well. For instance, names like Total, TOT, Sasol, SSL, Chevron, CVX are all favorites of ours in the energy space. And if we get a couple more days of selling, then we are going to be initiating or adding to these positions in the energy space. All of them sport a pretty decent dividend, have unbelievable cash flow, and of course sell something to the world that we all are going to need on a higher and higher volume basis going forward. Right? Until we see a absolute complete fall out of bed of the global growth story, meaning not only does growth halt, but it starts to go back the other way and the world enters recession again, we think that oil stays around the $100 a barrel mark. There is quite a bit of speculative premium in the price of oil right now, but we think underlying supply and demand says that the world is a better place today and that more people are driving cars, which is the number one use of energy right now. Is transportation is number one, then followed by climate control, heating, cooling, things like that. So the bottom line is that we're going to be using more oil going forward than we currently do. So there's no reason other than a complete fall out of bed and the world going back into recession to believe that oil will go lower. Okay, it'll temporarily go lower. It'll fluctuate, probably wildly. We may see some relief after the summer driving season over. If we see terrible numbers out of the summer driving season, people are driving an average number of miles lower because of higher demand, then we'll get demand destruction. But I think there's probably an underlying bid for the price of oil somewhere around the mid-80s, $80 a barrel. So at this price, all these companies, Chevron, Sasol, Total, Exxon, they're all going to make tremendous profits off of oil, and we think that you should be in that space. So again, the energy space is our favorite sector in terms of going in there first on the sell-off. Okay, we're not doing it right now, but again, if we get another day or two of selling, we're going to be extremely tempted. Those are the names that we like. For more on these names, go back and check out past episodes of Lunch at the Market. All you have to do is search MO Financial, right? Just use that term in the YouTube search bar and add the ticker symbol. You don't have to include the quotes, but just quote MO Financial, quote the ticker symbol, boom, hit that in the YouTube search bar, and you get all the past videos on those stocks. Okay. We do not want to discount the fact that we may see an oversold bounce, right? If earnings come in really good the end of the week and especially next week, but our bias for right now is to the downside. So we're hesitant to put on new positions, although we have rolled some positions for this month down and out to next month. One of those that we did, which is actually green today, is Akamai. We'd rather not run into a tape that sells off for the rest of the week. If we get a bounce in the tape, great. If we don't, then we've already taken care of the majority of our positions. We have very, very few positions left on options expiration for April's OPEX. One of the ones that we've chosen to roll out to May is Akamai. Look, we are extremely bullish on this video space for mobile internet. There's really only two players, Akamai and Limelight, LL and W, in which we hold a long stock position, and then Akamai, in which we hold a short put spread position. We were short this month's 32.35 put spread. We rolled those down and out, kept the same size position, and took an additional 45 cents per spread to be short now the May 35.30. This is that level we think is extremely good support. B, we don't mind being in this trade for longer, and C, we don't mind adding to our profits, meaning we were already up right today, and we could have taken the position off for a profit on the 37.30. A, because most of the time value has been sucked out, and B, because the stock is up on a down tape today. So those options prices for the short 37 put have really collapsed. Okay, so we could take those off for a profit today. But we really like the story, and we don't mind being in this trade for another month. And if you can get down $2, right? We're short at 37. We're going to end up short at 35. We're basically building back in a $2 cushion, taking in another 45 cents per spread. And so we're going to stay in this trade. So now the new trade is to be short the May 35.30 put spread in Akamai. We got a great price to do that. Even if they finish above 37 on Friday, we like the position that we're in. And Akamai has really been sold down pretty hard from close to $50 a share. So at 35, down 15 bucks basically from that recent high. We don't mind being short. We like this trade. We like this name long term, and so that's how we're choosing to play it rather than own stock like we do in Limelight LLNW, which is obviously a lower dollar per share, which means that this on the same dollar amount basis, we can actually be long quite a bit of shares of LLNW, and kind of it's a call option that doesn't expire, and we like to play it that way. Okay. For all of the past episodes, right, if you want to learn more about Akamai and Limelight Networks, you can go back, do the same thing, search MO Financial, type in AKAM or LLNW, and you'll pull up all the past videos to get more in-depth on that. Okay, so our hedges are actually green today, our VIX call spreads and our long put spreads on the SPX, which is just the Standard & Poor's 500 index, the whole index. You can get those by visiting TradeMonster. You can get to TradeMonster by just going to magnumopusfinancial.com. There's a box right there on the right-hand side. Click on that. Don't be afraid to let them know that we sent you. And you can trade options straight on the VIX and straight on the S&P 500 index using the TradeMonster platform. We like using those as a hedge because obviously when the whole market moves like today, we hedge our long portfolio or our long bias portfolio by being long those put spreads. The same works on the VIX. As the stock market declines, the VIX goes up. We're long out of the money VIX call spreads. If you want more information on those hedges, don't forget to check out, again, past episodes of Lunch of the Market. Also, don't forget America's Favorite Traders, Zachary Karabell's episode, which is all about his new book, Superfusion, how America and China became one economy and why the world's prosperity depends on it. All that is available right now on magnumopusfinancial.com/demystify. You can also go to the home page and then click on the red button for America's Favorite Traders. If you have a position in China, if you've thought about China, if you own any Chinese stocks, you really want to listen to this episode of America's Favorite Traders from Zach Karabell. Also, we're going to pit 11-time author Zach Karabell against 5-time author James Altucher together. The only way to vote is by going to the America's Favorite Traders page and basically by registering your vote. We're going to tally up those and see whose page got visited more by the end of the month, and then of course the winner will be declared. So if you like Zachary Karabell, visit his America's Favorite Traders page from the landing page. If you like James Altucher, visit his page from the America's Favorite Traders page. And then whoever gets more visits by the end of the month, we'll let you know. That will be this month's America's Favorite author, I guess you could say, on AFT. All right, thanks for joining us again today. Hope you're hedged. Hope you caught yesterday's episode, which is available in writing on stockpicker.com. Don't forget you can get all the past episodes of Lunch of the Market, either the video or in writing, at magnumopusfinancial.com/lunch. Thanks for joining us again today. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.